Hi, my name is Natalia and I'm here in Bellissimo Locarno in the Hotel Belvedere, where we're having this storytelling camp, a collaboration between the Swiss Study Foundation and Swissnex in San Francisco. Those workshops were a mix between people actually coming to Locarno, so local people coming to the Hotel Belvedere, being with us here and with our 16 students from the Swiss Study Foundation, teaching and exchanging and working with them in person. And of course, we had half of the workshop were remotely, mainly from the Bay Area. So those students were supposed to come to San Francisco at Pier 17 at Swissnex. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, it was not possible. So some of the speakers are still from there, and we had a good mix of in-person workshop speakers and virtual guests joining us through Zoom.
For me, the highlight of this week has been the workshop at Teatro Dimitri, because we were doing a lot of great exercises, funny exercises, but it was very nice to learn how we can express our emotions when we are on stage, when we are telling a story, and to be more aware of what to do with our body, basically, to express these emotions so that the audience can feel them as well.
This experience has been incredibly interesting, very new. It's very different to experience two sides of the Atlantic at once. I am also half American, so for me it's been the best of both worlds to connect them both in one event. And I've learned a lot of new things that I hope to apply for future skills and experiences in my life.
As a historian, I tell stories all day and all the time. It's literally my profession. But in the last week, I really learned the power of making these stories or connecting these stories to my own story, and to really think about how I can think about my past as a resource to make my stories more powerful.
Personally, that really was a highlight for me was at Martin's talk, he told us to make a graph with the highs and lows of our lives. And this really helped me also to write my own story and to know how my life went, because it's just a nice visualization in this one graph of how your life actually went, and it's kind of really telling.
What I enjoyed this week was spending the time with the people here, getting to know them, listening to their stories as well, because I found them super interesting, super inspiring as well, and I picked up many new ideas by listening to stories of other people and working with them on their stories. Additionally, what I also found very helpful for me personally was working on my confidence, on not being scared to go up there and share my opinion with other people.
I think that the environment here in Locarno and all the inputs that we got, and we together as a group created a perfect environment to reflect on my past and to shed new light on my experiences I made here. And I most enjoyed sharing my experiences with others and what I learned from it. And also to see and hear other people talk about the stories.
Telling before this week, in a sense that I thought it was mostly about the story, and now I have realized that a good story comes from real emotion and sharing something personal and maybe even vulnerable.
Why is storytelling important? Well, because for the most part, we do tell stories all of our lives, like every single day in conversations. Even now I'm telling a story, right? So we need to learn how to do it the right way and how to communicate in a nice way with other people. And this was really helpful this week to learn how to efficiently but nicely tell a story.
I think telling stories lets us relate to other people.